Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. It's the 1st of December, so that means it's the Stamp Around UK video hop. This is when I get together with some other UK Stampin' Up demonstrators and we all create something on the same theme. We link in our description bar down below everybody's video, and you can hop along and see what everybody else has made. So I do hope that you will do that after you've watched my video. So I am going to make a gift box for Christmas. Now, I made this a long time ago, well, a couple of months ago, and I've never done a video on it, and I'm going to make it black and gold to make it a bit different, and I just think it will look quite stunning on underneath the Christmas tree or on your table. So using black for my base and lid. So this is 5.5 by 5.5, and this is 7 by 7 but minus a 16th, so the lid will fit. Okay, and we're going to decorate the top with gold, and I'm going to heat emboss to get the stripes. So this one I just sponged it on. This one I'm going heat embossing. So I'm using this is the adorning masks, and I'm going to put Versamark. I'm just looking here. Yeah, I'm just looking here for a little sheet to protect my mat a bit. So I'm going to line up this so that it's straight, because we don't want wonky stripes, do we? So I'm kind of seeing that that one and that one are corner to corner quite nicely. I'm going to put my glasses on, just double check that. Yep, they're corner to corner nicely. Everything's going to fall in. I'm going to get some washi tape to hold all that in place so that it doesn't move. So I've got a drawer full of washi, and I use it more as low tack tape to hold things like masks in place and dies on my mini die cutter than I do for the reason it was intended. But you know, it's a good way to use up colours that I don't necessarily like, and the ones I do like I do keep. So I am going to tape the mask down, and with the mask tape down, it is my hope I can actually tape over the corner bit. Yeah, because you're not going to see the corners of the card, so they are going to get cut off. Well, not going to get cut off, but all the corners are going to get tucked in, so we're not going to see the corners. So we can put a little bit of washi over the card on the corner, and so it doesn't matter if that doesn't have any gold embossing on, because we're not going to see it, but we are going to see the sides. So on the side bits, I just want to make sure I'm just on the mask. This bit of washi is coming off in not very straight bits, and it's only a little bit annoying. So just, do you know, bit at the top, bit at the bottom. That's pretty well stuck down, I think. There we go. So we shouldn't move then. Then I'm going to take my Versamark, and I'm going to rub it in the same direction every time. And it'd be the same if you were using, so when I was using my sponge daubers on this with the different colour inks, go in the same direction. You do end up with a bit of Versamark on your mask, but I just get it off. I just wash it off. I have done heat embossing like this before. It may have even been when we did an embossing video hop. But it's just, I just love finding ways of using these masks. I think they're such good value for money because you can use them as masks and you can use them as embossing folders. And like this is a pack of 4 for like the price of 1 embossing folder, and you've got 4 then. So that is all of that on there. So now I'm going to peel off my mask. And take that out, and I can see that I've got that where I want it. Move that out the way. And so I'm going to cover it with gold embossing powder. So I'm running low. I need to get another gold embossing powder. So I didn't go over this with Embossing Buddy, so there might be flecks. But that's just the way it is. There we go. We did have some black and gold striped paper a couple of years ago in celebration. I just think it's a stunning combination. So pick it up by the corners, and there we can see all that gold loveliness. There's a few flecks in the middle of the stripes, but that's right in the middle of the box, so that's likely to not show when I put the sentiment on top. And I say the missing bits in the corner don't matter at all because they're going to get covered over. So that is, so now we just need to heat it all up. So I'm going to get my heat gun. So this will be noisy. Getting it nice and hot. And wait for the magic. There we go. And that is it. How gorgeous is that? Really liking that. So I'm going to leave that to dry for a bit, and I'm going to make the bottom of the base. So this, we need our scoreboard, and we're going to score on all 4 sides at 2 inches. Can't find my stylus. I've got a other stylus, but I don't. Where's my nice Stampin' Up one? I've been using it, so I don't know. Oh, there, no, that's just pokey tool, Jess. So here we go. 2, 2, 2, 2. So what we're going to end up with is, it's like a 3 inch by 3 inch by 3 inch by 2 inch cuboid. That's a good word, that, isn't it? Cuboid. So, fold and burnish. All of these. And then I'm going to take my long scissors and I'm going to cut this side of that crease line, score line there, just straight up to the other score line. I like to twist as I go so that there's only one flap on each side. as opposed to 2 on 2 and none on 2. Okay, and then we're just going to do a little notch in on each of these outside corners. I notched a bit too far there. It'll be fine. And then notching these. I just find it easier to cut at that angle. That's why I turn it around and do this. It's the only reason. It's not a major crafting reason. It's not a reason that you have to do it. It's just that I'm a bit weird like that. There we go. So that is that. And then you're making a box, so you want a strong glue, so you can use Stampin' Seal Plus, tear and tape, Tombow. I usually use a strong tape for a video, but I can't see it. My 2 sisters, bless them, have got COVID, so they've got over feeling poorly. One of them didn't feel poorly hardly at all, and they're now bored, and so I've been crafting with them on video messenger, and I just keep crafting myself into a corner, so I've just got such a mess on my desk. I can't find nothing. I've lost 2 large pairs of scissors. How does anybody do that? Unless, of course, Ed nicked them for Christmas wrapping. He was wrapping Christmas paper last night, so maybe he did. So then we just hold that for a few secs. So when I'm making boxes like this with the lid, I always make the base first. Never make the lid first, because you've got to build your lid around the base, and that's how you get a nice fit. My niece, who I often craft with online, she's always like, oh, rubbish at making lids, they never fit. And I always say, you've got to build your lid round your base. But it's very hard to be teaching somebody sometimes over video or Zoom. We did a lot of Zooming last year, because sometimes you can't quite see what they're doing, and if they're having difficulty, it is so much easier if you're in person. There we go. So that's the base of our box. So a nice size box. Fit lots of nice goodies in there. And the lid we do make in the same way, but it's not scored at, it's scored at 1 1/4, so it's just 1 1/4 inch down there, so we've got like a 3/4 inch gap. I think that looks nice when you're putting a lid on the box. So 1 1/4 I said, didn't I? So 1 1/4, oh, 1 1/4 on all 4 sides, and it is made in exactly the same way, but when we come to stick it together, we will put it round the base of the box. So just gonna burnish them, but sort of that embossing powder pretty much stays on. So don't have to worry about it. So that's not really cracked or anything. So like we did before, and then bring in the box. And this is what I mean by building the lid around the base so that we can get a nice fit. So that pull it off. There might have been a slight bit of oozing there with the glue. Something you've got to be careful about. Burnish those. And then that fits on our box lid beautifully. So now we need to decorate. Now on this one I use Stitch So Sweetly and some matching ribbon. So I've got my Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I've got this lovely gold ribbon as well. So I made like a belly band so that it just slips off. So we just need a piece that will meet in the centre. This ribbon is stunning. So just going to snip it. Hold it there. And snip it. So that's how thick it needs. And then we need a piece underneath and a piece on top. Now I could do a black bit, but I'm thinking I'm going to do a gold bit. So I used these two dies. I used that one to go behind and that one for my sentiment. So I've got my gold foil, but I've also got these, so I'm thinking, does that colour fit nice? Just checking on the nicest colour. I don't want the gold to argue with each other. How's this gold looking? I might actually go with black after all. So let's get one of my scraps in. That's not big enough, Jess. I'm just reaching from my sitting position. There, that one will do. These are the scraps that I cut off. So that's going to go in on the back. And then for the sentiment, now I could gold emboss the sentiment on black, or I could do it on cream, or could I do it on gold? Shall I try it on gold? Now this is an experiment. I think I have heat embossed before on gold. Let's try it. So I did North Pole delivery, which I quite like. Nice little Christmas sentiment. You miss the middle, but it doesn't matter. So bit of Earthmark. Where's my black? Get that ready. Black ready. Put that in the centre. Let's get my little paintbrush, knock off a bit of that there. Oh, nearly missed the pot then. That would have been a disaster. So now I get my heat gun warmed up and we'll see what happens. Might do it from underneath. I always find it really difficult to see if black has embossed. I think that has. I'm going to need to put my glasses on. Oh, the delivery's done, but all of the North Pole isn't. So let's do a bit more of that. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. You can heat emboss on foil. Right, but I want to make sure that's fully dry before I cut it out. So, are we okay on this now? Yep, appear to be. So, this will, I'm going to line it up straight as I can. Hold it in place. What I'm looking at is the delivery. So I'm looking at that corner bit there and that corner bit there sort of being on the first letter and the same distance down. And then I'll take a bit of washi. It's a rubbish bit of washi to hold that in place. Checking it hasn't moved. There, and you get a little bit of the scroll, which is fine. I think that's quite a cute little end. So that is now all ready. So what we do is we're going to secure the ribbon on here, and it should be fine with it met in the middle. Should meet, yeah. So what I'm going to do is put some tear and tape in the middle, under and over the ribbon, just to make sure it's stuck well. So I want it to be so that it's covered covered by the sentiment. Let's give that a good burnish to get off. Put that in the centre bit. I want it to come there. That's fine. This is when being a bit of a perfectionist means that you're not very quick. So that should now, yep, hold in there. And so now I'm just going to put some more tear and tape over the top to make sure it's doubly secured in place, because you don't want it to fall apart when the person opens it. That takes a bit of the joy out of Christmas, doesn't it? And I think what's nice as well is that it means that, I know my sister always says, oh, you tie your presents up in such lovely bows, and then I ruin the box by undoing the bow. But by having sort of a belly band like this, you're just slipping it off. Okay. And then you can either stick that directly down, or what I did was I popped it up on a few dimensionals. It is Christmas. Let's give it a little bit of extra something. That's what I want. So let's put one in the middle to hold it up. And let's have some bits on the side. Bits on top and bottom. And that's another lovely gift box for Christmas. Don't know what I'm going to put in it yet, but I do know it's going to be probably for Ed, because then he'll put this beautiful box in his man cave, which is what he does when I make him a nice box. So now I'm standing up so I can centre that. Over there. So that is my little black and gold project. So that's nice Christmas candy stripes, and that is black and gold. And if I just show you that you can just slip it off, to open your box. So do go and have a check on what everybody else has done, and go and like and subscribe their videos if you're not already a subscriber. It is a nice way. There are some people that are just starting out, and it's nice to help build their channels. And by liking and leaving a comment, it makes YouTube algorithms sort of show them a bit more. So let's go and share some crafty love and support. That's There. There. So hope you like this. So I'd like some likes and some comments as well if you would wish to do so. And I will link down below to all the blog videos, and I'll also link to my blog post where I have all the measurements and some more photos as well of this project. So we'll see you all in the new year on this blog video hop, and I will see you as usual 3 times a week on my YouTube channel and every day on my blog. See you again soon. Bye.